Video games occupy a lot of our time and the number of enthusiasts is increasing annually. According to the New Atlantis, the market for gaming software and hardware has been estimated at $10 billion, more than movie industry profits at the box office. However, in the Middle East, video games have taken a lot of time to properly integrate in Arab societies. In the UAE, which is seen as a pioneer in implementing Western culture in the Gulf, Nabih Boulos said that governmental agencies are organizing gaming events such as MCOM, which is aimed at showcasing regional talents and letting attendees test drive new technologies and participate in workshops. When it comes to censorship, there is no unified agency in the Arab world, such as ESRB and PEGI. Colin Campbell stated that there is no need for a ratings agency like the ESRB because local distributors know perfectly well which games will provoke concern and which games will not. They self-regulate. Because of that, a few games have been banned in the past for various reasons, be it political or religious. For example, Spec Ops The Line was banned for showing a destroyed version of Dubai, and God of War 2 for including sexual themes and having the word God in its title, though the recently released one was not banned, so kudos to that. To understand more what the developer's job is when it comes to releasing a game in the Arab world, we reached out to Maalouf, who works as a PR and digital manager at Ubisoft.
We have one key rule. Never be forced to modify a game so much that it practically becomes a completely different game. Which is why we have to work very hard with the developers to identify the questionable stuff, usually relating things that are anti-religious.
But unlike the chosen one sent before, God will never let you take me.
Or sexually themed, and that's when we try to find solutions where we can modify them, cover nudity up in simple garment or like maybe seashells on statues, and modify some of the content religiously so that it does not affect the story of the game, but at the same time respect the release standards.
Localization has been increasingly adopted by companies over the past few years, and the reason for that is because they help reach a broader audience of gamers. But it's not as simple as changing the text and audio of a game. Maalouf will tell us more about localizing for the Arab world.
So let's delve into the translation and the localization process, which involves usually 3 pillars. Pillar number 1 is the brand, pillar number 2 is the technical support, and pillar number 3 is the budget. So 1, is the game deep enough for it to need localization? Pillar number 2, which is the technical support. So we look at the engine of the game. Does it support Arabic? We help the development team implement Arabic correctly by giving them constant feedback, implementing it from our side, trying to see potential fixes for issues and errors. And the third pillar, of course, is the budget. Does the team have the needed manpower and money? So that's when we combine all of these 3, and if they all fit the brand, that's where we go and say, okay, let's go ahead.
We went around AB's campus to ask students whether or not they buy the local version of their games. Here's what they had to say.
Yes, of course I like to buy Arabic versions of my games because I like to listen to my mother tongue every time I play the game.
I buy any variant of the game, local or not. What's important to me is just to play the game.
I always prioritize buying the Arabic version of the game because I prefer playing in Arabic than English.
In conclusion, what the Arab world really needs is a content rating system like ESRB and PEGI. Having such a system in the region will help better regulate the release of video games instead of having a game completely banned for any reason. The UAE is already taking actions in that field with the implementation of a rating system for all media. As for localization, people should try to buy more local versions of their games to encourage more companies to invest in this field.